inform my own master of this. Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
We could do with a lantern's light. 'Tis a glad thing I came prepared.
Thank you. Hold fast, Arisen! I will be with you in but a moment. The sky is radiant this night. I feel at peace to gaze upon it. You have my support.
It's this way. My legs are
Peruse at your leisure, sir.
always got to be in the thick of things.
Might as well take a look. What? Well, you're here, eh? Many thanks.
Our packs ahead.
Need anything? Stop by again soon. Need anything? Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
I swear I've never slept better.
I'll teach him a lesson.
Now seems a fine time to sort through your belongings, Master. Lessening our load will help to keep us light on our feet.
Tomorrow will be no.
Take caution in the practice of magic. I've a task for you, if you would oblige. I appreciate the gesture.
Time to hit the sack. Washes all my troubles clean away this place.
Need anything?
Anything to do.
Be ready to give the signal.
Well, hello there. Oh, there's always demand for weapons. Particularly near the border, where quarrels are. Do you come again? Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Let's find any turn.
He's followed this morning.
It's this way. Anyone gives me
Head will roll if all stays awry.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel. Fewer monsters are to be found on the main road, though carts travel only by the sun's light.
This ox cart's bound for Vernworth. I'll need to see some coin before I let you on.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. Too many precious life.
Unless I am much mistaken, we have calls to visit a place not far from here.
Perhaps we ought to go there first. What say you, Arisen?
It's this way.
Gotta be somewhere to make some quick.
You will understand the horrors of...
Come, I'll lead the way.
Something good will come of today.
Where are you going?
I'd kill
Well, it's just another way to save your own skin.
comfy bedroom.
This way, Master. Have you a different destination in mind, Master? Very well. I shall follow your lead instead.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
Remember me, sir?
You have my gratitude. Here, 'tis but a small
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you. Do come again.
Flexible vocation. Suited to bolstering our band where reinforcement is most needed. Our foes will soon find themselves hard-pressed.
This pain is too much to kill. Well met.
How might I meet again? Might as well take a look. While you're here, eh? Many thanks.
Have we any gold left after that extravagance?
'Twas hardly a loss, if one considers the value of what we have gained. I trust we've all inspected our equipment.
Come. We've much to be getting on with. Feeling rested, I trust?
Shall we visit the manor, as the maid bid? Follow me. I will guide you to the location.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Welcome to Bjorn's Armor, and quality is what you need if you want to survive. So before you check the many thanks. I appreciate the business.
Over here, if you would.
Quite the predicament.
We're here, and none the worse.
Oh, you came, sir. I must confess, I feared you would not. But I forget myself. You must be wondering why I asked you here. I should like to speak with an acquaintance of yours, a child with whom I espied you conversing. She is the spitting image of my young master, you see. 'Tis my hope that she might take his place for a time, thereby—
Diana! Would you paint my mother a criminal? Ahem. Perhaps I ought to be the one to explain.
Young master, I meant no offense.
Diana has the right of it, though the situation is not nearly so dire as she makes it sound. I seek only the freedom to leave my own home. My mother is bedridden, you see, and her mind is not so sharp as it once was. Whenever I am absent, she grows terribly distressed. By leaving a look-alike in the house, I hope to ensure her peace of mind while I attend to matters of my own. Would you be willing to lend your assistance? Splendid! Thank you so very much.
'Twas in the slums that I witnessed you speaking with the girl. Would you be so kind as to bring her here?
At once, Master.
Tis he. I beg you to conduct yourself with care, and with your patronage is much.
Taken a wrong turn.
I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
Hi, Arisen! I was hoping you'd come by, so I could thank you again for all your help. You really made a difference around here. Hmm? You wanted to ask me a favor this time? All right. How can I help? So, this noble boy wants me to pretend to be him? I'm not sure that'd work. I mean, I don't know the first thing about being a noble. Besides, are you sure we can trust these people? It all sounds a bit fishy to me. All right, I'll do it. But if I'm not very good at it, it's not my fault, okay? Lead on. Let's...
I'm always doing about a dozen things at once.
What would you pay? Like getting cut open?
Lot of arses round here with sticks lodged up 'em.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.
Shall we bring Miss Daphne to see Master Sebastian? Methinks I know where to find the person you're looking for.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Still looking? Well, you'll know her at a glance, I'm sure. She looks just like me, after all. Still looking? Well, you'll know her...
Look, young master. She's here.
Indeed. I could be staring into a mirror. Diana, will you dress her and instruct her in her role?
As you wish, young master. This way, if you please, miss.
What a kindness you've done me. Now I can go and fetch a gift for Mother. I'm hoping a little cheer will aid her in her recovery. And a flower from Melve seems just the thing. And she was born there, you see. No doubt her days would be brighter with a memento of her old home by her bedside.
All is ready, young master. You need only finish your preparations for the journey.
You know, the roads around Melve are supposed to be really dangerous. I heard the safest way to get there is to carry something that reeks of Cyclops with you, because it'll scare all the monsters away.
The lands around Melve are rife with poisonous flora. I'd hoped to pack an antidote for the young master, but the shops had none to spare. 'Tis not only poison the plants inflict, but drowsiness besides. Might there not be a curative that accounts for both?
Well then, I ought to be off, I suppose. I must confess, I feel rather uneasy. This is my first time leaving the city. I only hope I've not forgotten anything of import. You think I ought to bring some medicine and monster repellent with me? What precisely would you suggest? What would you suggest? My thanks. I'm certain these will come in useful. Now, I really must be going. Wish me luck.
Take care, young master.
Come back safe.
Thank you for your aid in all of this, sir. I shall see about procuring you a suitable reward, so pray do come visit us again.
This isn't the way to our destination, but I presume you've a new one in mind. Lead on.
The Arisen decides our path. We have but to follow.
I've heard a blacksmith of singular skill resides in Batal. Perhaps he could restore the Regalia sword. If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our...
Hey? Got a blade what needs fixing, do ya? Hand it over. Where'd you find this ancient thing? I can scarce see the steel for all this rust. But hold a moment. Isn't the state of it? Blades like this were near meant for battle, sure, but this one's been ill-treated. Restoring an antique like this will prove nigh impossible, methinks. Although, there is one who might have the skill. A dwarf, in Batal. A living legend of the smithing trade. If anyone can do it, sir, I reckon 'tis he.
So a legendary blacksmith resides in Batal. It sounds as though he's our best bet for restoring the Regalia sword. You have my support. Now to report to Captain Brandt.
That's quite enough.
Welcome.
This can't be happening.
Coins, no?
Sprinkle of misfortune.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so your Majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Master! Pray, leave this place! My body, it refuses to obey me! There is a voice within my mind! It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true arisen. 'Twould do much to explain the events that we have beheld afore now. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Allow me to speak to the agent we captured some days past. Perchance he knows aught of use.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this Godsway?
Welcome.
Arisen, I know of at least one location in the vicinity that may be of interest to you. Shall I tell you more? Come, I'll lead the way.
Home at last!
Welcome home, young master.
Thank you, Diana. I am glad to be back. 'Twas a hard journey, but I found what I sought. A blue sunbright, the sigil of our house. I only hope Mother will be pleased.
Oh, a blue sunbright. I thought they were make-believe.
Oh no, they're quite real. Rather rare, though, and particularly to Melv. I'm surprised you've heard of them, to be frank.
Really? Well, there's a picture of one stuck to the inner cover of a book that was donated to the Gracious Hand. I asked Sir Kendrick about it. He told me the flower's name.
A picture, you say? How very odd.
I believe Miss Daphne is describing a bookplate. The book in question will have been a donation from this very house. Indeed, the mistress has been very generous in her support of the Gracious Hand over the years.
For true? Oh, I must tell her thank you.
I think I could arrange that. I'm certain my mistress would be delighted.
Yes. Well, as for me, I'm just pleased to be home safe and sound.
All this racket. What's going on? Good gracious, what is the meaning of this?
Oh, you must be the lady who's been supporting the Gracious Hand. Thank you ever so much for all you've done for us.
What precisely have you told this girl?
Not a word, mistress. I swear it.
Good. As for you, girl, you need not thank me. 'Tis the privilege of the nobility to help those who are less fortunate. Now, 'tis getting late. You had best be off. Do be sure to leave the house unseen. And fare you well, child. Know that where'er life may lead you, you may take pride in who you are. Come, Diana. I would speak with you alone. You have some explaining to do.
What was that all about? Mother seemed awfully perturbed.
I do wonder what that was all about, though I'm not sure we ought to pry.
A bitter end breeds no satisfaction.
To think the lady here has been supporting the Gracious Hand for so long. Are all the nobles so kind?
'Tis a relief to be home safe and sound. What was that all about? Mother seemed...
Over here, if you please.
What's going on?
Doesn't seem right, this.
I'm afraid not.
I took you for a kinder sort than that.
I've naught to say to the likes of you.
Seems you won't be swayed. A shame, that.
Pray, follow me.
Stomach's growling. Time.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. If the information we pried from the agent is to be believed, there is a place in Batal devoted to the study of arts most queer. I believe it is worthy of investigation. Should fortune smile upon us, your Majesty may even discover some method of undoing the Godsway's. Yet official dealings twixt Vermund and Batal are suspended, and 'tis no simple matter to gain passage through the latter's fortress. Fortunately for us, however, the agent was hiding this on his person. I bid you take it. 'Tis an entry permit, allowing passage through Batal's fortress. It even bears the crest of the Batali Palace. It must have been commissioned by someone with great influence. I doubt any would dare impede your passage with such an item in your possession. There is one other thing, Your Majesty. With the permit came information I found most intriguing. An oracle who once served in the Vermundian court now resides in Batal. This oracle foretold the coming of the Arisen and was banished from the kingdom when her prophecy displeased the Queen Regent. Indeed, 'twas by this same oracle's power that the agent in question came to know of your Majesty's whereabouts. The oracle knows much of the Arisen. Should you make her acquaintance, she may be able to offer you aid during your infiltration. You have my fullest confidence. Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Would you mind coming over here?
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist. Do come again.
You the Arisen? I've been looking for you. Sven wants to meet with you. Says he'll be waiting in his quarters.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb. Ah, excellent find.
Time to head to market, methinks.
You're always such fun to talk to.
Won't someone do aught about this?
I suppose we might as well gather what we can. We shall remain here.
I heard from Captain Brandt that you plan to make for Batal in order to continue your investigation. As for me, I've been looking into my mother's movements since last we met, and I happen upon this. 'Tis a letter she discarded, only half written. It seems to be addressed to someone called Phaesus. I passed an eye o'er it, though I failed to grasp its meaning, or what compelled her to throw it away. Here, I thought it best that you have it. Mayhap you could glean aught from it that I could not. And if you do, would you be so kind as to share it with me? That is, only if you've the time to spare. I am in no position to make demands, of course. Glad I am to see you well. I've been wondering how you were getting on. Have you learned aught of the intent behind that letter? No progress as yet, then. Well,
mayhap I'll come here for details.
I'm in it now. No sense getting cold.
I must ask you to leave this place at once.
Still a while to go before my shift's over. Quiet at last.
Nattering all day is tiring work.
My sleep and my work It's been a long
In the mood to stir up trouble tonight.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
This ox cart's bound. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Just hold out till someone comes.
So stiff.
We're done for.
It's dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern, Master.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. My curative magics are at your disposal. Wait right there.
Shall answer for this.
Dare I say it, we trounced our foe well and true. We mustn't allow ourselves to become complacent. Take each trial as it comes.
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location? There, Master, Saurians!
Ice is our ally against such fiends!
What will come of this?
Have a look.
The Sovereign's retinue makes to fell the dragon at last. 'Twas a remarkable. Recovery, really. The man was burned to a crisp.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Battle is best avoided here.
A merchant, eh? Have you an entry permit? Hold a moment. That cart has priority. Lord Phaesus is come! Open the gates!
So, you seek to enter Batal, I presume? I'll have to check your permit. Go on through.
How might I be of assistance?
Welcome, sir. Doubly so if you're here to buy. Hope to see you again.
Not buying? That's just as well.
Say, did you hear? There's been another ox cart raid. How many is that now?
Dunno, but I'd wager it's the work of bandits. Gotta be them coral snakes again, eh? Sir Lissandro's been iron hands in a bid to flush 'em out. Though they haven't found 'em yet.
Well, if they're not caught soon, we'll be seeing shortages. Mark my words.
You ever heard of the coral snakes? There's no lack of brigands looking to make some easy coin out on the roads, but what's scary about these coral snakes is how damn organized they are. Talk is, they fall upon you all at once, and they're gone just as quick, along with all your goods and coin. We've had no luck catching them either, I'm ashamed to say. I thought only fools turned to banditry, but if they're capable of maneuvers like that, they must be a clever sort, eh? Why not live honestly if they've the brains for it? Suppose that's a foolish question. At any rate, if you've a mind to catch him and make a name for yourself, you ought to speak to Sir Lissandro.
I know where the person in question may be found. If you would be so kind as to follow me, I shall take you to the one you seek. We've arrived, just as...
A group of bandits has been terrorizing the roads of late, targeting our ox carts and the cargo they carry. They call themselves the Coral Snakes, and they are no common thieves. They are organized and deadly efficient. And worse still, they are without scruples. They have been killing and stealing in equal measure. What say you? Would you lend your aid in catching them? Many thanks, sir. I shall be glad to know someone is doing aught to help us. You ought begin by scouring for their hideout. It must be somewhere near the highway, for that has been their primary target thus far. Mayhap you could learn aught by speaking with some survivors of the raids.
At once, Master.
If we are to locate the bandits' hideout, we ought to begin by gathering what information we can from those nearby.
Many of our citizens view pawns as bringers of calamity, and hatred for their ilk is common here in Batmatal. Yet so boundless is Empress Nadinia's mercy, that even lowly pawns may benefit from it. 'Twas she who decreed that no... Oh, how magnanimous her heart, how generous her spirit. All pawns ought to bow before her Majesty's peerless...
Well met, sir. Need a room for the night?